Streaming guys, but it's live on eFootball. നമുക്ക് ആരംഭിക്കുന്നത് ബാറ്റിൽ ഗ്രൗണ്ട്സ് ഇല്ല ഈ ഫുട്ബോൾ ബാറ്റിൽ ഗ്രൗണ്ട്സ് ഒന്നും എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് ചിറാപ്പുഞ്ചി മഴയത്തും മുതാപ്പുഞ്ചി വിരിഞ്ഞത്തും ചിറാപ്പുഞ്ചി അതങ്ങനെ എനിക്കറിയാം കല 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 മലയാളി ആ ആരാണ് എന്തൊക്കെ ന്യൂസാണ് ദിവസം ഇതിനെ പോയി കുളിച്ചോ അപ്പൊ വീണ്ടും എല്ലാവർക്കും ലൈവിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. എല്ലാവരും പരിചയം ചെയ്യുക. എന്റെ പൊന്ന് സാറേ, എനിക്കറിയാൻ പറ്റില്ല ചോറ് തയ്ച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഇപ്പൊ പേലെ കൊല തിരമാ കിട്ടിയല്ലോ വന്നത്. ഒട്ടുപൊട്ടു മർജാക പെണ്ണ് കുറവേക്കണ പൊട്ടോ മർജാക. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ കുറച്ച് ഈ ഫുട്ബോൾ കളിക്കാം. വിജയമ്മ കളിച്ച് പിള്ളേരൊക്കെ മടുത്തോണ്ട് ഞാൻ ഇറങ്ങിപ്പോയി. നമ്മള് പിള്ളേരില്ലാതെ നമുക്കൊന്ന് കേൾക്കട്ടെ. എടാ അപ്ഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്താ നീ ആപ്പിൾക്കാൻ വന്നിരിക്ക അപ്ഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്തോ? രാത്രി കിടക്കുമ്പോൾ ഇൻസ്റ്റാളിൻ്റെ ആയിട്ട് കിടന്നാൽ മതി. രാവിലെ ആകുമ്പോൾ ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക് അപ്ഡേറ്റ് ആവും. വെൽക്കം ഗായ്സ്, എല്ലാവർക്കും ലൈവിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. നിങ്ങളോടൊപ്പം ചേരുന്നത് ബോച്ചപ്പന വരെ. കണ്ട് ഉണ്ണിക്കുട്ടനെ കണ്ടില്ലേ കണ്ട് നടന്നാൽ ഉണ്ണിക്കുട്ടൻ. ഹായ് ബ്രോ. ഉണ്ണി പാട്ടിടല്ലേ എന്നെ കോപ്പിറൈറ്റ് അടിക്കുവേ പാട്ടിടല്ലേ. ഉണ്ണികൃഷ്ണ ഉണ്ണിയുടെ കൃഷ്ണ ഉണ്ണിക്കുട്ടനൊരു പാട്ട് വേണു. എടാ ഗ്യാസ് അറച്ചോ? ഞാൻ ഗ്യാസ് അറച്ചോ? ഇല്ലല്ലോ. അത് പറഞ്ഞേക്കണം. ഞാൻ പോർച്ചുഗീസ് സ്പെയിൻ അത് കാണി അതൊരെണ്ണം കൊടുക്കണം. ലൈവാണെന്നെല്ലാം ഡബിൾ സ്ക്രീൻ ലൈക്ക് എത്രക്ക് കളിക്കാനുള്ളൊരു കൂടാൻ വേണ്ടി വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. The action has already started, and the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected.
യാർ പിഴയോ യാർ പൂവോ നീ കേട്ടാ പെണ്ണ്.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Plays a sharp little ball here. And he's cleared it out of harm's way.
Jamale, 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 Jamale.
Yamal. And that has been knocked clear. Nicely aimed pass. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. And it's Bruno Fernandes. He's in a great position here. And the shot!
Oh!
Goal! Portugal!
Cristiano Ronaldo!
And Portugal score first!
Sweet!
Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Portugal have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Can he finish? Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
And we have our very first corner. And he gets rid in a hurry. Wriggles his way through. Steaming on goalwards. And now they can spring out of defence. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really... Oh, he's been caught on it here! Bruno Fernandes. Looks to the other side. And he thumps it clear. That's beautifully weighted. Separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Yamal was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Portugal are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Yamal cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Oh, that's fabulous. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. That has ended up in no man's land. And we hit half-time. It's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Portugal, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Ruben Neves. And that has been cut short. Nicely weighted ball. And he's in on goal! Rafael Leao showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Portugal finding their passes.
Rafael Leao really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
He is through here! Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Searching pass he's played there. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
Matthews Nunes. Oh, that's a key interception. Portugal perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, that has not gone well. Oh no, what has happened? He's having a shot! Really well taken goal. And there's the goal they've been looking for. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
I'll create the room, don't worry. Focus ആക്കും. മൂടേശ് കണ്ട് കളിക്കാം പോടാനിട്ട് മാറി. കുതിരയുടെ അല്ല നിന്റെ സീന. ഉണ്ണിക്ക ഡാഡി. നമുക്ക് കിട്ടാളെ കിട്ടി. പിന്നെ നമ്മളൊന്നും നോക്കുന്നില്ല. ബാക്ക് പോയിട്ട് നേരെ പെലേനെ കറക്കുന്നു. അതങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കും. അത് സച്ചിന്റെ അളിയനാ. അപ്പൊ നമ്മള് ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് പെലേനെ കറക്കി വെക്കിട്ട് റൂമിടാം. ജസ്റ്റ് വെയിറ്റ്. 1 2 3 4 വെക്കുന്നു ഗിർഗറി ബിലബത്തി മിനിസ്. ഉണ്ണേ എവിടാ? എടുക്കുന്നു ബാക്കടിക്കുന്നു. പെലേനെ കിട്ടത്തില്ലെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. എന്നാലും പെലേനെ കിട്ടിയാലും ബാക്കടിക്കുന്നു. തുടങ്ങുന്നു. 1 2 3 4 എടുക്കുന്നു. എടുക്കുന്നു. ബാക്കടിക്കുന്നു. 2 3 4 ഒന്ന് ഹോൾഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. 1 തുറക്കുന്നു. കിട്ടിയാ കിട്ടി. കിട്ടി. ഏതോ കട്ടവരാതിന് കിട്ടി. അല്ല ആങ്ങൾക്ക് അടിച്ചപ്പോ ആങ്ങൾക്ക് കട്ടവര നല്ല തരും. ഇപ്പൊ ആളിനെ കിട്ടാൻ വേണ്ടി എല്ലാം ഘടിപ്പിച്ചത്. അവിടെ ആ റൂമിടെ നമ്മൾ കളിക്കാൻ ഇവിടെ ആരും കൊണ്ടു നോക്കില്ലല്ലോ. തിരുമാണി മെത്തിരുമാണി മനമേരി മിന്തിരിമാണി. ആട്ടും കുഞ്ഞിന് സൂപ്പ്. കളിക്കാളോ റൂമിടാ. വൺ ഡേ മാച്ച്. 1v1 ക്രിയേറ്റ് ദ മാച്ച്. അപ്പൊ റൂം വഴി പിടിച്ച മുത്തേ 1093 പിന്നെ ഒരു കുത്ത്. പിന്നെ 70 98 കം. ആ മണിയൻ ചേട്ടനിരിപ്പും നീ മണിയാഴ്ത്തുന്ന കച്ച. Jingle right, jingle on me. Jacuz. എന്താണ് കൊണ്ട് ചിരിച്ചു മറിക്കാം. അവരത് സിഗരറ്റും ഒരു പാക്കറ്റ് മണിയും. ജമല് പ ഗുജറാത്തി അപരാധം. അതെ ഗുജറാത്തിലവരാ ഉന്നെ കാണാമലേ നാനേ കേൾക്കാമലേ. ഇവിടെ ഹാപ്പി വാലന്റൈൻസ് ഡേ ആട്ടോ എല്ലാവർക്കും. എന്റെ മക ഹാപ്പി വാലന്റൈൻസ് ഡേ. തങ്കച്ചേട്ടോ മക എല്ലാവർക്കും ഹാപ്പി വാലന്റൈൻസ് ഡേ. എല്ലാരും കളിക്കുക എൻജോയ് ചെയ്യും. പുൽമാമൻ ഏത് പുൽമാമൻ? ആ വാടാ കയറി വാടാ. ആരും കളിക്കണമെന്നിട്ടൊരില്ലേ ആരും ഇപ്പൊ ഞാൻ ഡിവിഷൻ കളിക്കട്ടെ. ആരാന്ന് പുലിമാമനോ? ആ മറ്റേത് വെടിവെക്കാൻ പോകും. അങ്ങനെ പറയണ്ടേ. ഉണ്ണിയുടെ ഏഴുമല പൂഞ്ചോല എന്നുള്ള പാട്ടുമായിട്ടുള്ള ഉണ്ണിയുടെ കുളിസി. ഏഴുമല പൂഞ്ചോല അതുവരെ കളിക്കാൻ വിളിച്ചിട്ട് വന്നില്ല. എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് ഡയലോഗ് അടിച്ചിട്ട് പിന്നെ പോളപ്പ് എടുത്തു പറയാം. ആ ഉണ്ണിച്ചേട്ട ആ ഡിവിഷൻ കളിക്കാം. ഡിവിഷൻ കളിച്ച് അട്ടിക്കൊണ്ട് മെഴുകാം, അല്ല അട്ടിക്കൊണ്ട് ജയിക്കാം. മാക്സിമം ഗോൾ പർച്ചേസ് ചെയ്താൽ നമുക്ക് ഗോൾ മാക്സിമം പോയിന്റ് കിട്ടും. ഓ ഏതോ കട്ടവരാതെ അടികാടി വെച്ചിരുന്നാല് മഞ്ഞ് മാറി തട്ടട്ട മുളക് തട്ട ഒന്നും ചെയ്യുന്നു കേട്ടോ. ഓ കൊലയും വിലയൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ അവൻ്റെ ഇതേമേ. എന്റെ കൊലയിൽ നിനക്ക് 108 കൊലയുടെ പ്രോഗ്രസ്. എന്റെ ഈ പെലയും കൊലയൊന്നുമില്ല. എന്റെ റൊണാൾഡോ ഉണ്ട്. അതാണ് എന്റെ കുഴപ്പം. സിനിമ ഒന്നുമില്ലടാ കാണാൻ. എത്രയോ ഒരു ജോയിസ്റ്റിക്ക് മേടിക്കാമല്ലേ? എന്നാ ഇപ്പാടവിടെ വെച്ച ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് കളിക്കാം.
Well, what a scene we have here.
അവന്റെ
There's a
പെലേനെ
real
ഓടിക്കാൻ വിടരുത്.
expectant
പെലേനെ
buzz in the
കൊണ്ട് പോകും.
stadium, and the players on the pitch
അതാ
are
ഡിഫൻസ്
raring to
നോക്കണം കേട്ടോ.
go
മുട്ടരുത് കേട്ടോ.
any minute now.
ഷൂട്ടു ആര് ഷൂട്ടു? ഞാൻ ഷൂട്ടു.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it.
Squad guys, very careful. Itzaki, അപ്പുറത്ത് നമ്മുടെ ഹളൻഡ്, നടുക്ക് ഇസ്കോ.
There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, as box office names go, Peter, David Beckham is right up there.
Yeah, he gets the turnstiles clicking, that's for sure, but footballing qualities?
Well, I think any defence is going to be nervous because of the sheer quality he can produce.
Especially over a dead ball.
Yeah, not just that. I think in open play he can deliver for fun too.
Now it's Haaland, and he's worked it through. He is through here! Raul. Now it's Pele, and he's found the way past. It's Pele! Goal! Japan! And Japan are in front. And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So, a breakthrough already. And here's Inzaghi. Bellingham. Threads one in. And this is Raul. Raul! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Raul actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Japan with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Rijkaard is there, and he can get that clear. Keeper's dealt with that.
Al Nassr are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their...
He's tried one! It's a loose ball. Oh, it's fallen loose again! Raul gets flagged Conte. Bastoni. Isco. Baresi. And he was quick to react. Conte. Isco. Japan applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course the returns can be terrific. Look at the space here. Great, there's the shot! It's bounced back off the post. Beckham. Now it's Pele. Plays a sharp little ball here. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Raul. Isco. And here's Haaland. Nicely weighted ball. Pele. Mbappe.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And that has been cut short. Ball driven towards the far post. And the keeper beats it away. There's the whistle for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
പിടിക്കണം അണ്ണാ ഒരു ഗോൾ എടുക്കണേ നല്ലൊരു അവസരം കിട്ടിട്ട് നശിപ്പിച്ചില്ല ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു ബാറടിച്ച് കൊടുത്തു.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And he's in on goal. And this is Ronaldo. Oh, smashing header! The interplay was really good, but that's where it stops.
Cristiano Ronaldo really did pass up on a good opportunity then, but some of the build-up play was absolutely majestic.
Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. And reclaimed it in a trice. Looking to play him in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's a throw.
Easy.
Filippo Inzaghi. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Marquinhos does really well to win the ball there. Bellingham. Played into space out wide. Cannavaro clears. Corner then. Japan have their second corner now. Beckham goes short. And it's Mendes. Nicely aimed pass. And now they can spring out of defence. He's gone for goal! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Taken back almost at once. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Inzaghi. Marquinhos kept his eye on it, and he's there. And this is Inzaghi. 75 minutes played.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Filippo Inzaghi. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Now it's Pele. Oh, good-looking ball. Al Nassr are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And no, that was never going to make it. Maradona. That's a good ball out wide. That's that, the end.
Fly.
Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, and...
I'm shocked. The goal on that. I. ജയിക്കേണ്ടത് വെറുതെ തെറ്റല്ലേ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഗോൾ മേടിക്കുകയും ചെയ്തു ആ കൊലപ്പലയൊക്കെ ആദ്യം കയറി ഗോൾ അടിക്കുകയും ചെയ്തു കളിക്കട്ടെ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഹാഫ് വരും കളിക്കട്ടെ അടിക്കെങ്കിൽ പടപടയെന്ന് അടിച്ചോണം അല്ലെ പിന്നെ നോക്കണം അടിച്ചോണ്ട് നോക്കാം
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And that gets things running. Bastoni. Cannavaro. Ball played for Conte. And this is Inzaghi. He is through here. And once more, he proves rigid and robust. It's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Bastoni gets over and intercepts. Davids. And it's Schneider. Looking tidy in possession here. Rijkaard cuts it out. Schneider. And the pass is intercepted. Great chance! Now that is commitment to the cause. And we have our very first corner. James can get it clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's Van Basten. Van Basten! He is desperate to get
ഉറക്കം
on
വന്ന
the
ഒരു
score
പഴം
sheet,
തിന്നാ മതി.
but not this time.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
ഉം.
Searching pass he's played there.
ഞാനില്ല എടുത്ത് വെച്ചോളാം.
Oh, well played, well played. That's a sharp pass. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play, and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
എടാ ഫാൻറ്റടാ. എന്താ? ഉം.
And it's hoisted clear. Al Nassr have the chance to go the other way. That has ended up in no man's land. But they've got it again. And it's Snyder. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, that's well spotted. Oh, what a mistake! Davids. Van Basten. Aimed beyond the defence. Threads one in. Now there's a fine... Goes for a shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Look, there are always tactical adjustments for any coach to make at half-time, but when your star man gives you a critical lead just before the break, everyone will be paying extra attention. It really is the ideal tonic.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
ഏത് വാച്ച്? ഇത് തന്നെ ചിന്ത. ഉം. എടാ ഇന്ന് വോളണ്ടിയേഴ്സ് അപ്പൊ ഇന്ന് വിളിക്കാനൊന്നും പാടില്ല.
There's the start of the second half.
Al Nassr can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Davids clears it away. And it's Xavi Alonso. Al Nassr come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Maradona. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he cuts out the supply. A probing pass. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Davids. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Baresi cuts out the pass. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Looking to play him in. Great vision. Pass somewhat off target. Al Nassr still have the cards to affect this game. Passing nice and neat. Cristiano Ronaldo. Looking for options for movement. He has found a way through. Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Filippo Inzaghi deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Al Nassr really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And they're back on the ball again. Al Nassr are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks
Ah,
in every situation now.
And he's gone looking for safety. And they're quick to get it back.
Kandi.
I thought it was going to happen
Ah,
then.
no, light
How
one channel
many more
period.
chances can they realistically expect now?
Well timed, excellent interception.
Beautifully policed that mid.
And that is that.
6-2 കളി വീണ്ടും തോറ്റു.
Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence.
നൈറ്റിനിടയില് വെക്കാൻ ഉണ്ണിക്ക് സൂഹിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയാ. ഒരാളെ കൊച്ചു തോറ്റു. മലാതി പാർത്തേ മലാതിച്ച് മലാതി പാർത്തേ. കളിക്കാരെ
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Wow, this truly is impressive. The future Camp Nou, it has been christened. A show of power, prominence, prestige for Barcelona. The action has already started. Kante completing his first century of appearances here today, and that has not gone unnoticed.
Yeah, this is the first big landmark he'll hit, Peter, so I'm not sure he sees any real significance in it, but to me, it's a foundation that can only stand him in good stead for the remainder of his career.
Oh no, this does not look... Inzaghi! Marvellous goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
So the bullish header! They've done it! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Brilliantly cut out. Now it's Inzaghi. Now it's Haaland. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. A probing pass. Bastoni deals with that comfortably. Now it's Inzaghi. Davids. And it's Tevez.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Haaland. Baresi. Oh, no joy this time. Davids. Zanetti. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Zanetti makes the interception. Nicely spread. And he skips past his man. Now it's Inzaghi.
Oh, great feat, that.
Oh, that's fabulous. That's the keeper's ball.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Oh, he's put a shade too much on that. And the half-time whistle goes. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And so we're off again. Tevez, he's picked his way through, goes for a shot! They've scored!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Everyone waited for the cross, but he had other ideas.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Can he get onto this? Shoots! And yes, it's there! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Milan take a two-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Al Nassr with the corner, there first. And he gets rid in a hurry. Milan are looking to go forward now. Mbappe puts his foot on the gas. Bastoni cuts it out. Now it's Maradona. And he welcomes it in. That's a Cristiano Ronaldo! And another try! He's scored! Just one goal in it now! Game on! He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the
Real chance! Oh, taken with style! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
Milan go two up and into a position of real strength.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
Now it's Inzaghi. Beckenbauer kept his eye on it, and he's there. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Nicely weighted ball. And he's quick to get it clear again. Oh, that's a fine interception. Maradona. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, well measured. And he's away. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Now it's Inzaghi. Yamal, who's set up one goal so far. Kukçu. Engages and forces him off the ball. Looking for the run. And there's green grass ahead of him. And he's certainly onside here. Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. Al Nassr presented with a golden opportunity here. Now, power or placement? Oh, great save by Dida. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Mbappe demonstrating his defensive quality. And that will be it. Al Nassr illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing. Well, after all of that, Jim.
Fuck. ഞാൻ മൂത്രം വെച്ചിട്ട് ആരാണോ സോറി ആരാ വന്നതെന്ന് കണ്ടില്ല നോക്കുന്നില്ല
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're up and running. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proof positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9", but he's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning.
Now it's Haaland. Nice interception, well timed.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
He's going for goal!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Aimed beyond the defence. Maradona! Another save.
Well, the keeper saved his team again here, Peter, but he needs more protection from this defence. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Jordi Alba clears. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. And he cuts out the supply. Gerrard powering forward here. Jordi Alba. Threads one in. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Still goalless at the moment. Passes short and sharp. Cleared without complication. Cannavaro.
Barcelona clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Davids getting this one clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. No, that's been intercepted. Tries to pass it through. No, it's come to nothing. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And no, that was never going to make it. Haaland. And it's lofted through here. Oh, important interception. And that is as far as they're going to go. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Bergomi. Beckenbauer. Filippo Inzaghi. Looking for the run. And it's Maradona. And we hit half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Solid. Very solid, actually, Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end, but defensively, I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0.
വെറുതെ ലുക്കാനോട്ടെ നല്ല സ്കോർ.
And we're off again. So the first half brought no goals. Jordi Alba. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Del Piero, can he finish? He's delivered all right!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And very quickly, Eto! He has done it! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser. Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
Barcelona grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Oh, he's been caught on. Tries a shot! Goal! Barcelona! And the comeback is complete. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Barcelona take the lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch. Al Nassr really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Ambitious ball here. Not the most accurate pass. Maldini. Maldini tries to play it through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
ഈ കളി തോറ്റാ പിന്നെ കാര്യമില്ല.
Maldini. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner.
മറ്റേ
Corner number 2 then.
ഏതായ മാക്സിമം ടൈം യൂസ് ചെയ്യും.
Casillas breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
De Bruyne. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Al Nassr really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Good ball, good take. Gets a good foot in there. Now it's Inzaghi. Bale is looking to influence the game from out wide. Knocks it into space.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
A probing pass. And the referee brings it to a close. Al Nassr did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away.
6 കളി ഇപ്പൊ തോറ്റു വെറുതെ. കളിയൊന്നും ജയിച്ചാൽ മതിയായിരുന്നു. ഓക്കെ ബ്രോ, ആരെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ ആയിക്കോട്ടെ. ജയിക്കണം, കുറച്ച് ജയിച്ചില്ല മകര്. ആരെങ്കിലും റൊണാൾഡോ ഇൻസാക്കി ആയോ?
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And that gets things running. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, I wonder a little bit what role this guy, Mateus Cunha, has been asked to play here, Peter, because despite all his creativity and ball skills, he doesn't really have blistering pace to be an out-and-out winger or the strength to be a number 9. I just love it when he gets that free rein to roam wherever he wants. We'll have to wait and see on this.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Del Piero. Del Piero is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And here's Inzaghi. Rijkaard gets across to intercept that. Diogo Dalot cuts it out.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
And it's Bernardo Silva. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Bastoni kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Baresi. Oh, what has happened here? Oh, sweet feet. Diogo Dalot gets good distance on it. Davids. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, fantastic from Ronaldo! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Al Nassr take the lead. Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Tries to play it through. Oh, he's been caught napping. Šeško! He scores! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
An act of charity gratefully received.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but...
Shoots! Goal! Manchester United! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Manchester United go into the lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And this is Del Piero. And we hit half-time. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. So there was the first half.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
So off we go once more.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Filippo Inzaghi. Big chance! It's in! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage. Fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more. Bale really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Oh, well played. Davids.
Well, I'm hoping for a nice open second half now. It's there to be won.
And he was quick to react. De Ligt. And this is Bale. Oh, important interception. And he's quick to get it clear again. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. He's on it, Šeško. And the shot! And Iker Casillas somehow saves it. Skims one in. Danger averted for now. Cannavaro gets it clear. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Can he get on the end of this? Al Nassr are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Casemiro with the clearance. And no, that was never going to make it. Bastoni promptly onto that, and that is that. Now that's just the goal. Can he finish? And that's a real chance missed.
Ah, unlucky. There's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Casemiro picks it up from the goal kick. Matheus Cunha, shot a goal! And the ball's come loose here, and it's come back out to him.
Manchester United really deserve full marks for effort, though. It's clear they want to win this.
And he's there to get it away. Has a look and place it forward. Now, can they get him away? And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And he's only too happy to take that back. Deftly away.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And the shot! Oh, yes, it's there! And that may just do it!
Inject.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable. And that is as far as it goes. Al Nassr have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance.
ഇല്ല ഇല്ല നമുക്ക് ജയിക്കണ്ടേ. കം ബാക്ക്. എന്തും സംഭവിക്കാം, തോക്കാൻ ജയിക്കാം, എല്ലാം യോഗമാണ്.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So we're up and running. Oliver Kahn, a huge man with a huge presence and a big voice in the game.
And big in intensity too. Such a fierce competitor. Put a foot wrong and he'll be sure to let you know about it.
Well, he just commands respect, doesn't he? Respect of everyone, teammate and opponents alike.
Yeah, and he'll be setting the highest of standards out there, and he expects them to be met. No rest for that defence. Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Has a look and plays it forward. Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, it's come off the upright. Zanetti getting this one clear. And reclaimed it in a trice. Davids going full steam down the flank. Kukçu is always scanning the pitch for targets. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Al Nassr are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. Bernardo Silva running with the ball. Bernardo Silva, good driving run. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Nicely aimed pass. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Engages and forces him off the ball. Davids. Baresi. Now, can they get him away? And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Chance for a shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. And we have our very first corner. Davids! It's off target and by quite a way.
He'll be annoyed with himself after that. Nothing wrong with his anticipation or his positioning.
Xavi Alonso looking to play him in. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Inzaghi. Xavi Alonso gets good distance on it. And here's Inzaghi. Now this could be a chance. Skims one in, and the shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So we reach the halfway point.
Al Nassr really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously. The chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells. It's been a half with significantly more positives than negatives, I feel.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Al Nassr have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Tries a shot! Oh, crossbar! That's a sharp pass. Ecuador appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And that could set him on his way. And he can clear it away. And he's only too happy to take that back. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
And this is Ronaldo. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And here's Inzaghi. And he's on his way. It's Inzaghi! He has done it! Just the pick-me-up the whole game needs. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
That could spell trouble. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, that has not gone well. And that's another good win of the ball. Looking for options for movement. Pass somewhat off target. He has found the way through. And he's gone backward here. It's loose now and they want to get it back.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. That is a great pick out. Lovely, now then. Great chance! And that should get the job done. Rijkaard clears. Cannavaro gets it away. 5 minutes left on the clock. Oh, that's a key interception. Bastoni is there to clear. Oh, good spread. Played back in.
Al Nassr nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Rijkaard deals with that. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Al Nassr have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific...
തോറ്റാ ജയിക്കണം അതാണ് കളി. Somebody
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We have already started here.
Well, Michael Owen is, of course, likely to be the key player here, Peter. The mere sniff of a chance and he's away.
Who's arguing phenomenal pace as well.
Well, his pace was his game, really. It makes defenders nervous knowing that at the slightest misjudgment, he's probably uncatchable.
And he uses it with such intelligence. There are few able to do that, aren't there?
I totally agree with that. There aren't.
It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And it's Davids. Rijkaard deals with that comfortably.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Bastoni. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Cantona. Cantona! Eric Cantona! Fantastic! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that. Al Nassr are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, he's burst through! Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Inzaghi ready to try one. And this is a great chance to get themselves back square. Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, shooting chance! Owen. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Shoots! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And he's quick to snatch it back. And he welcomes it in.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Oh, that's well spotted. Cannavaro. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now, can they get him away? Kante unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Can he get it through? Baresi is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Bernardo Silva. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. And here's Cantona. Davids. Del Piero. That is good alertness. And And there's the end of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Here we go again.
Al Nassr really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Cristiano Ronaldo. And that has been clubbed away. He's gone for goal!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, that's superb. It's Inzaghi! Oh, that was venomous.
67. What's the meaning of 67?
Nicely weighted ball. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
It's a searching pass. Damian. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Al Nassr are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
Davids. Now it's Inzaghi. Inzaghi goes steaming forward. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Nicely aimed pass. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Now it's Inzaghi. It's a pretty loose pass. Filippo Inzaghi. Oh, important interception.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
That has ended up in no man's land. And here's Owen. Rijkaard gets over and intercepts. Real chance! They've scored! And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Al Nassr really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played...
And the shot! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, it was a bit complacent there, I thought, Peter. Maybe he thinks the game is already won.
And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. Al Nassr really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Haaland. Tries to pass it through. He's through here. It's a promising position. 2 minutes to be added on. Tries to play it through. Good ball, good take. He's shifting through the gears here. Shot, surely! And that is the last effort of the game. While that was a frustrating game, they were, at times, cohesive.